They just wanted to make sure that the mic was on good.
Yeah, we're gonna need to iris it up.
Okay. Okay.
decked out, man.
Hmm?
Okay, where am I at? Right here?
Yeah, either one.
And who's sitting here?
No one.
Not bad.
We only have you in here.
Okay. Put my stuff here. Man, there's wires all over the place.
Mm-hmm. It was worse before I
See?
organized and they had the wires everywhere.
Crazy, no? Ahorita you get the also if you can give me the names of the captains and all that, and the names of the officials. But you just call the names of the captains. So. You got them or no?
Yeah.
Did he give you the list?
He has it over there, but
Okay.
they had them highlighted.
Get that one. Which ones do you have? Did you get them all?
I got rows, 7.
Oh, no, you get the row, I'll get the other ones.
Okay.
He's got them. I'm gonna give you something to go, and then bring them back,
Okay.
and then that's the last thing I'll need, so you're gonna put it right here. Row and memorial, captain.
Okay.
I always like to recognize those poor kids. What do you mean for pen? I have a pen.
Hello. Here you go.
Okay, thank you. That's all I need. Good job.
Let's see.
Okay, what do we have to do?
Just have to
I know you're gonna need one.
looking at it.
I got it,
So,
but I appreciate you coming down. You got the officials, right? It's Mike Buck. Your dad already announced them, right? I know
No,
three
he
of
hasn't, he hasn't announced it yet. No, one
Mike
of them.
Buck,
Yeah, one of them's Ramiro.
Ramiro Valencias.
Yeah.
I know two more, so hold on. I only need one guy that I don't know, and then I have Eddie Ramos,
Okay.
and then there's Dennis Cantu,
Yeah, Dennis.
and then there's one guy I'm missing.
Yeah, I will ask him.
That's the only one I need.
Oh.
Okay, what time do you want me to go on? Get on 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'll be able to see that?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, you'll be able to see that.
Just a game like that, but I really
Or-
didn't have to pay attention because there's no replays, right? So
or you can look at it from here.
What
This one's, you
What?
can look at it from here. This one's a little bit bigger.
so what do I do? Just
You
leave it?
can either look at it there or this one, whichever.
Which one? Just put it on the one that's bigger.
Okay. Yeah, the other one's bigger.
Now, where do I talk into? Give me all those tips.
Give you the leveler. That's what Erasmo set us up with.
Huh? Okay.
He named those four also.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is gonna go where? And how do you know that I'm on and it's loud enough?
It'll be and
Good evening. Welcome to McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium. I don't need any of that, right?
no.
Okay. Good evening, Rio Grande Valley fans. A special welcome to the fans from PSJ Memorial and Nicky Rowe. Welcome to Thursday Night Football at McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium. Welcome to this football edition that is being streamed live at the Action Force News website, ¿verdad? ¿Se oye?
Yep. Sounds good.
You tell me when you want me to roll and then I'll start rolling. Okay, let me, Mike Buck.
call into the station and make sure that the audio and video look good. And we're good to go.
Okay.
Hey, Serge. Yeah. Yeah, I risked it up. Okay, yeah, I'll go iris it up right now. But check the audio.
Good evening, Rio Grande Valley fans. Welcome to McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium here on a Thursday night edition of Football Night in McAllen. Today's game will be between, okay. When do you want me to start getting going?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
When do we start?
We can start now.
Are you sure?
Yeah. The only thing is, I'm gonna be up there running camera.
Sure.
So at the end of at halftime, just press. It'll say stop recording. See, it'll say stop recording, and just stop the recording. And then.
But right now, when do we start recording?
Yeah, we just started. Yeah. Just right now. Yeah.
Good evening, Rio Grande Valley football fans. I am Mario Reina. A special welcome to the fans from PSJ Memorial and Nicky Rowe. Welcome to Thursday Night Football at McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium. Welcome to this football edition that is being streamed live at the Action 4 News website. Today's 31-5A game is between two teams that desperately need to keep their playoff aspirations alive. The PSJ Wolverines are 1-3 in district play, and the home-standing Road Warriors are 1-4 in district play. Both teams cannot afford another loss. The Wolverines are coming off a much-needed bye week, and their players are well rested. Last time the Wolverines played 2 weeks ago, they lost to McAllen Memorial 68-10. The Road Warriors lost a heartbreaker on this same field here at McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium last week. It was a heartbreaker. The Warriors lost in overtime to inter-district rival McAllen Memorial. The score was 35-28. We're about 5 minutes away from the kickoff. The keys to victory tonight will be the matchups between the PSJ Memorial defense, which is ranked as the second best defense in District 31-5A. They will have to bring their defense today because the Road Warrior offense is ranked second best offense in District 31-5A. So it's a matchup between a very good defense and a very good offense. Another key to victory will be who will show the most improvement. Well, the Wolverines offense, which comes in here as the worst offense in district, or the Road defense, which is almost next to last as the worst defense in the district. So whichever unit plays better tonight can be a big factor here in the keys to victory, and it might make the difference. Another thing we want to talk to you about, that the weather conditions today are excellent for football. Earlier today we had a lot of drizzle here in the Rio Grande Valley and the McAllen area, but currently there is no drizzle at all. Right now we're listening to the alma mater for the Nicky Rowe Warriors as the players are getting ready for this big encounter for both teams. Weather conditions, as I said, are looking pretty good. There's no drizzle. With two teams that like to come in here with the spread offenses, it should not affect, the weather should not affect the throwing game at all. I would like to recognize the captains for both teams. The captains for the Warriors are Steven Lopez, Ismael Contreras, Dakota Mirales, Diego Martinez. And the captains for the Wolverines are Michael Gonzalez, Eric Medellin, Victor Medellin, one of their relatives or brothers, and Terrence Porter. The officials for today's game, the man in the white hat, and I say the man in the white hat because the referee is actually the only one that wears a white hat out of the 5 officials, is Mike Buck will lead the group. 3 other officials that I got the names for are Ramiro Viciellos, Eddie Ramos, and Dennis Cantu. We'll try to get you the name of the 5th official. We don't want to leave him out. Earlier today, we already had the coin tossed, and Nicky Rowe won the toss and deferred. So the Wolverine offense will quickly be put to the challenge, putting them on the field. Coach Paul Reyes for the Warriors decided to put his defense on the field first. And at this time, we are ready for the national anthem. And what a wonderful singing of the national anthem. And being that I do come to many games here on this field, it always amazes me of all the kids here in the McAllen ISD, whether it's from McAllen Memorial or Nicky Rowe or the McAllen Bulldogs, they always produce some fine singers for the national anthem. We're minutes away from the start of the game. Both teams coming in here, as I said already, that this is a big game for them to try to keep their spirits going, and both teams cannot afford another loss. Here at McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium, the stadium is situated from end zone to end zone, north to south. As we take a look at the Warriors coming out of from the north side, the Warriors are wearing white pants, their home uniform, dark green jerseys. And now coming out, or kind of walking out, and now they decided to run, are the PSJ Memorial Wolverines in their visiting uniform, which is basically white pants, white shirt, and their green numbers. So one thing I can tell you here, I'll make a bold prediction that tonight a team wearing green will win this ball game. Can't go wrong with that prediction. I do know I have a lot of friends out there listening to this live streaming, and I don't want them to come back and tell me that I did not do a good job of predicting the game. Once again, this stadium here, McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium, from goalpost to goalpost, we're looking at north to south or south to north. Pretty interesting that even though Nikki Rowe won the toss, they decided to kick off and put the pressure right away on the PSJ Wolverine offense. And an offense that has struggled all year, coming in here, not having much success on the offensive side. The Wolverines in 6 games are only averaging 209 yards per game on offense. And that's not going to get you many victories. The road defense is giving up 353 yards per game. So right away we're going to be able to see who exerts themselves in this ball game. The Warriors will be kicking off from the north side of the stadium to the south. I'm taking a look at our flag here, and the flag pretty much, there's no wind. The flag is not blowing at all. So the wind condition will not be a factor here, and neither will a wet ball, as earlier today we had light drizzle here in the McAllen area. So we're ready for the kickoff. High kickoff coming to the 32-yard line. Actually, we had a fair catch. A good job right there by Victor Medellin having a fair catch. So the Wolverines will take over at their own 34-yard line, 1st and 10. Ball will be on the left side of the hash mark. Some of the offensive linemen for the Wolverines are Jacob Escobedo, Noe Alonso, Orlando Nieto, Steven Andete, J.D. Barrera. The receivers are Eddie Perez, Calvin Gaona, Abel Rojas, and Juan Maravilla. Quarterback in the game right now is Michael Gonzalez. Gonzalez back to throw, and a throw is incomplete to the right side of the field. Good defensive position by Zach Caples. The pass was intended to the right side to number 9, Abel Riojas. So incomplete pass. It will be a 2nd and 10. The ball on the 34-yard line. We just had the first play from scrimmage. 11:54 to go in the game. Ball on the left hash mark. The Wolverines are on the spread offense. Motion. Handoff up the middle. And pretty much nothing right there for Jesse Bustamante. On the defensive side, Osiel Verreal on the tackle. So for the Wolverines, it is a 3rd down and 10. Their ball on their own 34-yard line. The Wolverines, this is exactly what Robert Bocanera, defensive coordinator for the Warriors, wanted, to put the Wolverines in a tough 3rd and long situation. Gonzalez in the shotgun formation. A pass that was knocked down. A pass to the right side. Excellent defense right there as number 22 doing a good job. Omar Garza knocking down the pass. So that is going to force the Wolverines to go ahead and punt with a 4th and 10 on their own 34-yard line. One of the keys to the game was the Warrior defense versus the Wolverine offense. And let's give 1 point right now to the Warrior defense. Nice snap from center on the punt. Nice high kick. Bounces at the Warrior 40-yard line, and it's going to be taken out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. The Warriors will come in with a 1st and 10. Here are some of the starters for the Warrior offense. We have Zach Pelshaw, Ben Rodriguez, Juan Elias, Guillermo Guerrero, and Jacob Cortez on the offensive linemen. The Warriors use a spread offense. Receivers are Jay Alonso, and be careful with Jay Alonso. He's coming into this game as a leading receiver in district. We have Victor Adames, another receiver, Edgar Perez, and Jesse Gutierrez. Quarterback is Hector Bosquez with Eno Rios in the background. As a running back. Rios is in motion. Bosquez back to throw. Doesn't find anybody. Nice run to the left side. Finds an opening to the left side and gains about 7 yards on that run. On the defensive side, for the PSJ Memorial defense, was Victor Medellin forcing Bosque out of bounds. So it is a 2nd and 3 at the Warrior 44-yard line for the Warriors on the left hash mark. Bosque with a handoff to Rios, as running to the right side, has an opening and gains enough yards for a first down as Eno Rios gets the first down of the game for the Warriors. The Warriors will now have a 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line. And pretty much with the roll offense, there's not much time to talk about what happened on a play because they run plays very quick. Bosque, the shotgun position, handoff up the middle to Rios. Not much there, maybe a gain of 2 or 3 yards. The defense right there was George Trevino, the middle linebacker. Rios actually gained about 2 yards, maybe 3. It's going to be a 2nd and 3 at the Warrior 43-yard line. The ball right in the middle of the field. The Warriors are going from north to south. The Warrior offense did have their star quarterback injured a couple of games ago, but they've continued to do a good job under the leadership of only a sophomore, Hector Bosquez. A pass wide open was Rios on the right side. It was a short gain, completion right there by Bosquez, a short gain, and he'll bring a 3rd down and 3 yards for the Warriors. They're at their own 39. And if you get accustomed to Coach Paul Reyes, head coach Paul Reyes, many times when he's in this side of the field, he'll usually go for it on 4th down. So it's basically 2-down territory for the Warriors. Nice snap up the middle. Fake by Bosquez. Did a good job. And he runs to the right side. Enough yardage for a first down. So the Warriors on the move. That play actually happens because it is a read play by Bosquez. He reads and he can either hand it off, and if he feels that he doesn't have to do that, he goes ahead and runs with the ball. 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line, the Warriors. And there's a penalty on this play. We do have a substitution in for quarterback for the Warriors. A false start by the Warriors, 5-yard penalty. Quarterback for the Warriors, if we have a substitution, is number 12. He's not listed on my roster, so we'll try to get his name later. So it's a 1st and 15. Back to throw. Number 12, wide open right up the middle is Jay Alonso. And Jay Alonso, nice job of, after catching the ball up the middle, he refused to go down. And Jay Alonso is a player to look out. He does come into this game as the leading receiver in the district. He had 25 receptions for 235 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a nice average per catch of 9 yards. A very nice pass right there by number 12 for the Warriors. And that is Hector Bosquez, Nice pass by Bosquez to Alonso. And this is quite a combination. A fake by Bosquez up the middle, and he gets to about the 2-yard line. Once again, George Trevino on a good open field tackle actually prevented Bosquez from going into the end zone. So it is a second down and goal for the Warriors at their own 3-yard lines with 8 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 2nd and 3. The ball on the right hash mark. Bosque in the shotgun formation. Bosque on a handoff up the middle. We have a touchdown, but we also have a flag. Rios for a touchdown, but let's take a look to see what the flag is all about. And it looks like the flag will be on the defense. And it is a touchdown for the Warriors. The flag is on the defense. Offside. So Eno Rios on a 3-yard up the middle touchdown puts the Warriors up 6-0. And the extra point is good. Extra point conversion by Vicente Vargas. And with that extra point, with 7 minutes and 53 seconds to go here in the first quarter, it puts the Nicky Roll Warriors up 7-0. Nice drive by the Warriors. And as I talked to you here at the beginning of the game, the Warrior offense came in here as the second best offense in district. And this is in spite of their star quarterback not being able to play for like the last 2.5 games. Justin was having a great year. Justin Owens, at the time he got hurt, he probably was the offensive MVP in the Valley. But the Warriors know that they have to continue to play, and Hector Bosquez doing a good job, only a sophomore coming in from the JV. So with 7:53 to go in the first quarter, the Warriors are up 7-0 on that 3-yard run by Eno Rios. We're ready for the kickoff by Vargas. The ball comes to about the 12-yard line. Warrior running. And he gets to the outside. He's to the 40-yard line, and he's pushed out of bounds on that reception. Jesse Bustamante doing a good job of returning the ball to their own 42-yard line. Excellent field position here for the Wolverines, exactly what they needed. They will start off this possession on their own 42-yard line. First and 10 for the Wolverines on their own 42-yard line with 7 minutes and 44 seconds to go, down 7-0. Quarterback under shotgun. Handoff up the middle. There's an opening to the left. He gains at least 8 yards on that carry. Bustamante, who also brought back the kickoff, with about 5-6 yard gain on that play. He'll be 2nd and 4 for the Wolverines at their own 48-yard line. It is important that the Wolverine offense get a couple of first downs so they can gain some confidence, because they have struggled all year on the offensive side. A lot of young kids starting for the Wolverine offense. Back to throw Gonzalez, and the pass, nice throw by Gonzalez, but it's an incomplete pass. A good job on the defensive side by linebacker Edgar Avila. So that brings up a 3rd and 4 with 7 minutes to go. The ball on the Wolverine 48-yard line. The Wolverines are in the spread offense. They have trips to the right side, 3 receivers, and 1 to the left side. Gonzalez in the shotgun position. He scrambles to the right, pitches out. There's a fumble, and the ball is still loose. And it looks like the Wolverines have recovery by the Wolverines, Calvin Gaona. But that's the good news for the Wolverines, that they recovered their own fumble. The bad news is that now it's a 4th and 10 for the Wolverines, and that's going to force another punt. So 2 offensive possessions for the Wolverines, and basically the road defense has shut them down on both occasions. And here's the punt. Nice high punt. It's going to take a Wolverine roll inside the 20 to the 10-yard line. So an excellent defensive stand for the second time in a row for the Warrior defense. I'm sure defensive coordinator Robert Bocanera is going to be real happy about how his defense has stepped it up in the first possessions. So the Warriors will take over, leading 7-0 with 6 minutes and 5 seconds to go. First and 10. They are in their own 11-yard line. Let's talk a little bit about the PSJ defense. Some of their starters are Germán Mata, Terrence Porter, Jose Ramirez are their interior linemen. Bosque with a handoff up the middle and pretty much nothing going there on that carry for the Warriors. He'll bring down a second down and about 8 yards to go. On the defensive side for the Wolverines, we have Eric Garcia, George Trevino, Jose Morales, Ismael Carrizales, Calvin Gaona, Victor Medellin, and Kevin Spears round up some of the defensive players. So it's a 2nd and 6 at their own 15-yard line for the Warriors. Another handoff up the middle. Nice hard running. Break a couple of tackles. Excellent run by the Warriors. Jose Chavez refused to go down. He was actually hit before he got to the first down marker, but Chavez kept his legs going, and he rewards his offense with a first down, and it is now a 1st and 10 with 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Bosque with a snap. He can't find anybody downfield. He's a little bit in trouble, trying to scramble, and he is brought down on an excellent defensive play by Terrence Porter, a senior, doing a good job. Porter did an excellent job of not overcommitting, sticking to his position, and Bosque actually lost 6 yards on that play. So it is a 2nd and 16. We got to give Porter a sack on that one. 2nd and 16, ball at their own 22. Bosque with a pass, quick pass, complete to Marco Valencia with a catch. It was a quick pass to the right side, and that was a gain of 10 on that play. So now the Warriors are faced with a 3rd and 6 at their own 32-yard line. 4 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in the first quarter. The Warriors are up 7-0. Bosque with the ball. Basically the same play they ran earlier, but this time a good defensive play, incomplete, good defensive play by Eric Garcia for the Wolverines. And now that will force the Warriors to punt. The Warriors are in the lead, 7-0 with 4 minutes and 8 seconds to go. They're facing a 4th and 6 at their own 32-yard line. They will be punting from north to south. Wind conditions are pretty quiet and pretty calm. Should not be a factor in this punt. The Warriors are getting real close to the clock, and I do think that they missed it, and they will be penalized 5 more yards. One of the Warriors was late in coming in. So there's a delay of game for the Warriors, and that will now make it 4th and 11, puts the ball back at their own 32-yard line. So punting for the Warriors is number 11, number 11, but I don't have his name on the roster. Not a very good punt. The ball comes in to the Warrior 48-yard line. So the Wolverines will start off with another good opportunity, great field position. With 3 minutes and 57 seconds to go here in the first quarter, the Warriors are up 7-0. The Wolverines have come into this game trying to find their own, a lot of injuries. Coach Cavazos has had a lot of injuries on the offensive side. So they're trying to see, they are very, very well rested. Last week, the Warriors were in the bye week, meaning they didn't play. 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line for the Wolverines. Gonzalez with a quick pass, ball in the air. And any time the ball goes up in the air, it always possesses the danger of an interception. It was a nice pass, quick pass by Gonzalez to Eric Medellin. Medellin couldn't put it in. So he'll bring a 2nd and 10 for the Wolverines. The ball right on the left hash mark at the 48-yard line. Both teams are in the spread offense. Gonzalez with a handoff, and there's an opening to the right side. Enough good run by Medellin, runs it all the way down to the Warrior 38-yard line. A nice gain right there by Medellin, and that's exactly what the Wolverine offense needed. The opportunity to get their first down, and that is their first down of the game. Medellin on a nice 15-yard run. That puts the ball on the Warrior territory at the 37-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. Nice snap. Gonzalez back to throw. He's in trouble. And he got away from the first line of rushers, but he wasn't able to get away from a nice defensive play right there by Brandon Hinojosa, I do believe. The line of scrimmage is at the 42-yard line. It brings a 2nd and 15 after that stack. I do believe on that last tackle, it was Ociel Berreal doing an excellent job of penetrating. So we got a 2nd and 15 to go at the 42-yard line. Gonzalez in a shotgun formation. And we do believe we have another penalty. So after a very nice run by Medellin for a first down, we do have a false start. After 2 plays ago, Medellin had a nice 15-yard gain, but in the next possession, they lost 5 yards, and now another 5-yard penalty. So now the Wolverines are in a tough position because they're at a 2nd and 20. They are in Warrior territory at the 47-yard line. 2 minutes and 35 seconds to go. The Warriors scored first, and they lead 7-0. Gonzalez in the shotgun spread formation. Good snap. Rolls out to his right. He's under a lot of pressure. Had a nice screen set up to the left side. It looked like there was a lot of openings. We do have a flag. The only problem was that because of the pressure that was put on, quarterback Gonzalez had to kind of rush himself and did not allow for the screen pass on the left side to develop. And let's take a look at what the penalty is. And we have a personal foul against a Warrior defense. And it was explained by Mike Buck that while the ball was in the air, the defensive player hit the receiver. So that's unsportsmanlike conduct, and that's exactly what the Wolverines needed. It gives them a 1st and 10 at the Warrior 32-yard line. There's a motion to the left, handoff up the middle to Bustamante, but this time there was no opening for him. A good job by linebacker Jesse Gomez. And Jesse Gomez last week had a big game against the Mustangs. He was definitely in more than 10 tackles, did a fantastic job. So good job on that play by Gomez. Makes it 2nd and 9 for the Wolverines. The ball is spotted at the Warrior 31-yard line on the right hash mark. 1 minute 45 seconds to go. Gonzalez in the shotgun formation. Quick pass to the right side. It's open, complete. Nice catch on the right side. That should be enough for a first down, as the receiver there was Abiel Rojas, doing an excellent job on a quick pass to the right side. So that brings a 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. They are at the 19-yard line in Warrior territory. They're now inside the red zone. Gonzalez is ready. Quarterback Gonzalez with a good snap. There's a handoff up the middle. Medellin to the right side. That was Bustamante. Jesse Bustamante, only a junior, on a nice run to the right side. It looks like the Wolverines have found some positive yardage on the right side. And with that carry by Bustamante, it gives the Wolverines a 1st and goal at the 9-yard line with a minute to go. Another handoff to the right side to Bustamante. This time there was a quick tackle. Another penalty. A 5-yard prior to the snap. A false start. So disregard that last play. It makes it a 1st and 14. And we say 1st and 14, or it is a 1st and goal. As Gonzalez, quarterback for the Wolverines, is giving instructions to his running back, Jesse Bustamante, who lines up on his left side. Back to throw goes Gonzalez. He's in trouble. And we have another sack by the Warriors. About 3 players coming in on the blitz. Another play, good outstanding play by Jesse Gomez. Omar Garza also blitzed from his corner position, actually from the left side, left linebacker. Doing a good job on the defensive front for the Warriors of Osiel Villarreal, Manny Asiento, and Alex Garcia. Linebackers also doing a good job is Omar Garza, Jesse Gomez, Edgar Avila, and Ismael Cortez. And that last play was the last play of the first quarter. So a pretty quiet first quarter as far as the offensives are concerned. At the end of the first quarter, it is the Warriors 7 and the Wolverines 0. To recap the scoring, a 3-yard run by Eno Rios put the Warriors up at the 7:53 mark in the first quarter for a touchdown. The extra point was good. So we're ready to start the second quarter. It is a 2nd down and 18 for the Wolverines. They are at their own 18-yard line because it's actually a 2nd and goal. The Wolverines in the spread offense, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Fake handoff up the middle. New quarterback in the game, putting on some very nice moves. And he goes down all the way down to the 5-yard line. Quarterback, we actually had a substitution. The new quarterback in the game here was Eric Medellin. And as he surprised me, because I was used to quarterback Michael Gonzalez with this substitution, it also surprised the Warriors. Nice game. That will now make it a 3rd and 6. I don't know why I'm saying 3rd and 6. I should just say a 3rd and goal at the 6-yard line for the Wolverines. Medellin is still in as quarterback. No, that was Michael Gonzalez. He went back, wanted to make a pass, but noticed that his receiver was not open, and that was just enough time for Osiel Villarreal. Defensive end Osiel Villarreal on a nice tackle, and that's going to make it 4th and 7. And it looks like Coach Gus Cavazos will be attempting a field goal, but it doesn't look like he has anybody there that's going to take the snap. Now he does. Kicker for the Wolverines is Jose Gazar. Jose Gazar is actually a lefty. High snap. And the 24-yard field goal is good. And that puts the Wolverines on the board. And that makes the score now the Nicky Roll Warriors 7, the PSJ Memorial Wolverines 3. So, an excellent job right there. Exactly what Coach Gus Cavazos needed for his offense. The fact that they did move the ball downfield. Unfortunately, they did hurt themselves with a couple of plays where they got penalties, and also a couple of plays where they actually had a breakdown in the execution, or otherwise the Wolverines might have gotten 7. So with 10 minutes and 19 seconds to go here in the second quarter, the Roll Warriors are up 7-3. The Warriors scored on a 3-yard run by Eno Rios, and the Wolverines came back with 3 points on the kick of Jose Gacer. Score is 7-3. As we're getting ready for the kickoff, the Warriors are ready to receive on the south side of the stadium. Once again, perfect weather for football. We're looking at a temperature somewhere in the 70s. It's a big high kick, fair catch. Good job by the Warriors. That was a nice gimmick right there by the Wolverines, trying to surprise the Warriors, but Jesse Gutierrez did a good job of signaling a fair catch. Anytime there's a kickoff like that, the receiving team has the opportunity to call a fair catch, and that's exactly what Jesse Gutierrez did. Did a good job of making sure that the Warriors get the ball, and they're in excellent field position at their own 46-yard line. Vasquez at quarterback, fake to the player going in motion. Vasquez trying to find some open field. Doesn't find much of a run as he ran to the right side. As on the defensive side, George Trevino doing a good job, middle linebacker, and pretty much I would assume that middle linebacker Jesse Trevino is going to be the spy on quarterback Vasquez. So that brings a 2nd and 7 at the Warrior 49-yard line. The Warriors are leading this game 7-3. Bosque in the shotgun spread formation. Rolls out to the left, finds an open receiver. Nice pass to the left side of the field. Eno Rios, who is also the running back, actually went in motion, and Vasquez then found him for enough yardage, and that gives the Warriors a first down at the Wolverine 44-yard line. The ball on the left hash mark. The Warriors in their typical spread formation, 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Vasquez on a handoff to Rios was looking for an opening and pretty much did not find any opening. The Wolverine defense was not to be fooled. He did gain maybe 1 yard on that play, so it brings a 2nd and 9 at the Warrior 43-yard line. The Warriors are leading 7-3 with 9 minutes to go in this game. A 2nd and 9 is pretty much a passing down for the Warrior offense. Vasquez, nice play up the middle, big opening to the left side. Eno Rios showing his quickness, but you got to give credit to the left side of the Warrior offensive line, Guillermo Guerrero and Jacob Cortez, along with center Juan Elias, doing a good job of giving Rios Nice yardage. I was fooled by that. I thought the Warriors might be passing, and they actually ran with the ball. 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line. Vasquez, another handoff to the left side, and a nice gain of about 5 to 6 yards. Jose Chavez on that carry. On the tackle was Porter. That was a quick 9-yard gain, and that puts a 2nd and 1 yard to go at the 15-yard line. Once again, inside red zone territory are the Warriors. Vasquez on a fake. He's running to the right side, waiting for the tacklers to help him out. Vasquez, what an excellent run by Vasquez. Touchdown on a good run. Vasquez first did an excellent job of reading the play, did not give out the handoff, decided to keep it to himself, went to the right side, found about 6 or 7 yards opening, and then he was hit about the 3-yard line, and he refused to go down. Once Hector Vasquez gave himself an opportunity to get into the end zone, he was not to be denied. Fine run by Hector Vasquez. And the extra point by Vargas is good, and that now makes the score the Nicky Roll Warriors 14, the PSJ Wolverines 3. This is the second game that I have the opportunity to see this young man, Hector Vasquez, only a sophomore. Keep in mind that about 3 weeks ago, he was a starting quarterback in the JV. And because of the injury to star quarterback Justin Owens, Vasquez was brought in because his services was needed, and he has been doing a very good job, even though he's inexperienced. Remember this, Rio Grande Valley fans, Nicky Warrior fans, Hector Vasquez, a sophomore. Remember him because in the next couple of years, he's already doing a very good job right now as a sophomore. He's got 2 more years to go, and I think he's going to be quite the player. Of course, we know that Coach Paul Roy is very much a offensive-minded coach. Last year, he had the Rio Grande Valley Quarterback of the Year in Javi Obregon, who also won a state award. And this year, he had Justin Owens basically going in the same direction, but unfortunately, he got hurt in the San Benito game. So Vargas is going to kick off for the Warriors. Kick comes down to, there's a fumble and a good job of falling on the ball by Jesse Bustamante. That spelled trouble. So the Wolverines will take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line with 7 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Rowe is leading 14-3. Both teams desperately need a win. They cannot afford any more losses. As it is, coming into this game, the Warriors already have 4 losses, and the Wolverines have 3 losses, and pretty much they cannot afford any loss if they want an opportunity to play in the postseason. Snap up the middle. Dangerous pass, and it is actually fumbled. The pitch out was actually fumbled on that play, and the signal by the officials is I still don't have a signal by the officials. And I think the Wolverines, Jesse Bustamante hustled to recover. On that last play, Gonzalez had the opportunity or the option to either keep the ball or to pitch it out. He decided to pitch it out, and the play did not work. There was a fumble, and the Wolverines are very, very fortunate to have recovered because that ball was loose for quite amount of time. Right now we have an injury. We hope that the injured kid is going to be okay. And this is something I always appreciate, that when there's an injured player, when there's an injured player, the stadium becomes quiet, and on many occasions, both teams will kneel down. Let me give you some more defensive starters for the Warrior defense. We also have Zach Caples, Eric Amaya, Raul Benson, and Ismael Rodriguez on the defense. Most of those players I just called out are either the safeties or the cornerbacks. So with a 2nd and 18, the Wolverines look for a screen opportunity. Earlier they had that opportunity, but they didn't execute. So there's a quick handoff up the middle. There's some opening. Nice run by the running back, Jesse Mostamante, who was able to gain some yards on the right side on a quick handoff. And that puts the Wolverines in a better opportunity because of that nice gain. It brings a 3rd and 5 at their own 28-yard line with 7 minutes to go. The Warriors are up 14-3. A 3rd and 5. The ball is on the right hash mark. Wolverines once again in their spread offense. They have 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left, and 1 running back. Man in motion. Man in motion gets a handoff. Nice run. Nice run right there by Eric Medellin, as he found an opening to the left side. On that play, he started in motion, and he actually got the handoff and was able to gain enough yardage for a very, very important first down for the PSJ Memorial Wolverines. The ball is now on the Warrior 36-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. The formation, once again, spread. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. There's a man in motion. Handoff to the right side, and a fumble, and it looks like the ball was recovered again by the Wolverines. It was a nice run to the right side and a nice hit by Alex Garcia. Actually, Alex went for the ball and he stripped the ball for a fumble, but the Wolverines recovered. So that brings a 2nd and 4 at the Wolverine 42-yard line. Wolverines have 3 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right side, 1 running back. Nice snap. Gonzalez scrambling. He finds an opening to the left side, a good open field tackle, but it looks like Gonzalez will get enough for a first down. A nice open field tackle by Omar Garza, linebacker Omar Garza, but not enough or not in time to prevent a first down. So Gonzalez with a nice scramble to the left side gets another first down. First down for the Wolverines at their own 47-yard line. Coach Gus Cavazos now has got a couple of first downs out of his offense, and that has to make him happy. Snap to Gonzalez. A reverse, but the Warriors were waiting for it. A good job on that reverse, Medellin. Omar Garza again on the tackle, and anytime you get a running back or a receiver down for a 5-yard loss, that has to be a big play. 2nd and 15 at their own 42-yard line. The Wolverines, Gonzalez in the shotgun position. Good snap. Handoff to Medellin on the left side. He got around the last tackler, and the Warriors had an opportunity to make a tackle at the 50-yard line, but Medellin got loose, and he got an additional 10 yards on that run. Good job by Jesse Bustamante on that run. So it is another first down for the Wolverines. A 17-yard gain by Jesse Bustamante. The ball is now at the 41-yard line, Road Warrior territory. Gonzalez calling the signals. Back to pass. The ball was probably had an opportunity to make that catch. And you know, sometimes the receivers know they're open. And just like in the pros and in college football, receivers sometimes want to run before they catch the ball. So incomplete pass on that. Good pass by Gonzalez. It now puts a 2nd and 10 yards to go. The ball on the left hash mark for the Wolverines. Spread formation. Gonzalez with a handoff to Bustamante. And Bustamante in another nice game right up the middle. Nothing fancy on that play. Bustamante is having a lot of success today, doing a good job. He gained about 7 yards. That puts about a 3rd and 3 situation. Omar Garza again on that tackle. So a very important down here for the Wolverines. 3rd and 3. The ball on their Road Warrior 34-yard line. 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go. 14-3. The Warriors in the lead. Man in motion to the left side. And there's going to be another penalty. And this is not the time that you want a penalty on the offense. And this penalty is actually a delay of game. And instead of a 3rd and 3 situation, now that makes it 3rd and 3rd and 8. Ball back at the 39-yard line. And we'll take a look to see if that 5-yard penalty hurts Gus Cavazos' Wolverines. Gonzalez in the shotgun formation. Pass is complete to about the 31-yard line. It's going to be close to a 1st down. A good catch by Abel Rojas. The tackle on the defensive side was Eric Amaya. And that was enough, just enough, for a Wolverine 1st down. So the penalty didn't hurt them. That gives the Wolverines a 1st and 10 at their Warrior 31-yard line. We thank you, Valley fans, for joining us here on this live streaming on Action 4 News. I am Mario Reina. 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. Down 14-3 here in the 2nd quarter. Quick pass to the left side. And that pass pretty much sailed away. Incomplete. That pass was intended for Gaona. That brings down a 2nd and 10 at the Warrior 31-yard line. The Wolverines in the spread formation, the ball on the right side of the hash mark. The Wolverines are moving to the south side of the stadium. The weather conditions are no factor in this game. Actually, it's great weather conditions for a football game. Handoff to Bustamante, putting on some good moves. He should have enough, more than enough, for another 1st down. Jesse Bustamante is also the holder on field goals. A good 15-yard gain right there by Bustamante, who is having a nice night here on the running attack for the Wolverines. Spread formation for the Wolverines at the 17-yard line. Another handoff to Bustamante. He's to the 10. He's to the 5. He got 1 touchdown. Nice run again by Jesse Bustamante on a 17-yard run. Give it up to the Wolverine offense, who had been struggling, and maybe that bye week and a couple of kids that might have been injured are back in. So that makes the score now 14-9. Once again in to kick the extra point is Jose Gazar. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 2:19 to go here in the second quarter, that touchdown by the Wolverines makes the score now the Warriors 14, the Wolverines 10. Let me recap the scoring. The game started off with a first score of the game was a 3-yard run by Eno Rios, put the Warriors up 7-0. Then Gassar kicked a 24-yard field goal for the Wolverines to make it 7-3. Then Hector Vasquez on a nice 15-yard run made it 14-3 with 7 minutes and 58 seconds to go in the second quarter. And with 2 minutes and 19 seconds to go here in the second quarter, a very nice run by Jesse Bustamante. And that, a nice 17-yard run makes it 14-10. Now be careful here if you're the Warrior receiving kickoff team, because the last time it was a real nice kick by Gazar, and if it wasn't for Gutierrez signaling fair catch, it could have been trouble for the Warriors. And they're doing it again. And a fair catch once again signaled by the Warriors. So that gives a good job right there by the Warriors, by Jay Alonso. The ball will be spotted on the Warrior 37-yard line. They take over with a 1st and 10. 2 minutes and 19 seconds to go. And Valley football fans, if you're used to the Warrior offense, 2 minutes and 19 seconds is pretty much nothing. And they do have, both teams do have 3 timeouts left. So the Warriors are in their spread formation, 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Vasquez on a quarterback draw finds some opening up the middle, gains close to 9-10 yards on that play. On the tackle, Abraham Alanis, only a sophomore, but that was after a 9-yard gain. It brings a 2nd and 1 at the Warrior 46. Vasquez on a handoff, up the middle. Chavez putting on a move. He's open. He's all the way to the 40, and he refuses to go down. And he's finally brought down at about the 34-yard line on the Wolverine side of the field. Very good run by Jose Chavez. A big gain of 20 by Chavez on that possession. So that puts the Warriors now on the Wolverine side at the 34-yard line, 1st and 10. A run to the left side by Jose Chavez. Does gain about 5 yards. On the stop right there was Hector Sanchez, but not after a 6-yard gain. And there's a penalty on the flag, and it looks like it will be against the Warriors for a false start. We'll take a look and see what Mike Buck calls. So you can pretty much take away that big 6-yard gain, and it's going to make it a 2nd and 9 for the Warriors. Make it a 2nd and about 8 for the Warriors with about a minute to go. Vasquez with the ball. He's in trouble, and he is brought down hard. An excellent defensive play right there by Hector Sanchez. Hector Sanchez doing a great job of penetrating, and he brought down Vasquez for a loss, and now it's going to be a 3rd and 16. The Warriors do take a timeout with 55.7 seconds to go. Put that play right there by Hector Sanchez. Excellent play. If the Warriors don't score, you can almost give credit to Hector Sanchez for the Wolverine defense, because that makes it a 3rd and 16. A 3rd and 16 for the Warriors. They are on the PSJ Memorial side of the field. the 40-yard line, 3rd and 16. The score is row 14, PSJ Memorial 10, 55 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Vasquez is the only player in the backfield, and there's a screen. Looked like the Warriors were trying a screen, but nothing really happened, and there's a penalty. There's a penalty on that play. The Warriors were trying to run a screen, and it just didn't look like it happened, and maybe because of the penalty. Actually, the penalty is an ineligible receiver, but that play really never materialized, and we'll see what will happen with the penalty. Since the play didn't work, I would assume that, yes, the penalty has been declined by Coach Gus Cavazos, so that makes it a 4th and 16 for the Warriors, as they're leading here in this game 14-10 in the second quarter. And that bad snap. Bad snap, good job by the kicker to make sure that he did not fumble the ball. So, with 37 seconds to go, the Warriors are up 14-10. The Wolverines will take over as a 1st and 10. Pretty much expect a play here where the quarterback would just take a snap and maybe get down on his knee. There's no need to risk it because the Wolverines are in this ball game. They're only down 14-10. Quarterback is under center, and he does take a snap, and that should do it here for the first half. As Michael Gonzalez takes a knee, that should be the last play of the half. And actually, Mike Buck does a good job of making sure that the play clock doesn't start before the 25 seconds. So that should do it here in the very interesting first half with the Road Warriors up 14-10. Once again, this is Mario Reina. We're glad you're joining us here on the live streaming on the Action 4 website. The halftime score is the Nikkei Road Warriors 14, the PSJ Wolverines 10. We will be back with some more information shortly and the second half. Is it recording or no?
Should have been.
Because I haven't touched anything.
Oh.
That's the way it's been.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Tell me.
Okay.
Because it says stop broadcasting and that. I haven't touched anything.
I don't know. This one should have been recorded.
It wasn't recording?
No.
What is it supposed to read?
Whatever time this one reads, that's what this one should
Oh,
read.
shit. Oh. That?
I don't know. Let me call the station and see what they do.
So what happens? Like if you hit the button, what's going to happen?
Start recording.
Maybe I can't put anything there. Maybe because I have papers there.
Hey, sir.
You can't hear me? Oh my god, I thought I said something wrong, you can hear me. I've been trying to keep up with it.
They would like to thank her for her outstanding enthusiasm and energy. Congratulations to the Dazzler of the Week, who is Leslie Rogers. The Dazzler has and most would like to thank all individual sponsors for their support. Tonight, the Dazzler will perform a string of routines to please tell me something music arranged by Tom Long. The Dazzlers and directors would like to dedicate this routine to any who affected by
I mean, there's nothing they can do because it's gone. It's gone.
Well then put start recording, then when right now it's stop recording, they hit the button, but then just turn it off. So it's supposed to always say,
It's supposed to say live.
oh shit.
And it says stop recording. And it pops this up. If it didn't pop this up, that means none of the first half.
Huh?
Oh man.
What?
If it didn't pop this up, that means none of the first half saved.
Save it.
Well, there's nothing. It's just at 1 second.
What?
Because I pressed start broadcasting, start recording, and
Shit.
it went
Are
off.
you serious? Nothing?
Yeah.
Oh my god. It should, what should it say?
It should say live and recording. Like that. Live and
Stop
recording.
it. Son of a- All that work.
Yeah.
So now what do we do?
Just make sure we get the second half recorded.
Man.
The first half, whoever was watching is the only one that got to watch.
Nobody was saying that we couldn't hear anything?
The only one that called me was Erasmo, and that was just to see about the camera.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go rest with you more, but that's what I can do. Alright?
Alright.
On the field from Allen, please welcome the pride of ISD, the Memorial High School marching band and the mighty Green Machine. Tonight, the award-winning Wolverine Band will be performing their 2013 final production, Music of the Night, based on the music made famous on Broadway and film dependent on the opera. Memorial High School award-winning group majors are Jesus Martinez, Chris Allen, and Rebecca Beck, North Captain, and Alicia Martinez. So for the band are Nadine Cueva, Marco Portavoz, and the other local vocalists for the band are Jesus Martinez and Rebecca Beck. Now it is on to close your eyes, let your spirit soar, and you live as you never lived before. The TSJ Memorial High School
Hey.
marching band.
Bad news. Oh, the whole first half, Mario tapped the computer with this paper by accident, and it didn't save anything.
I can talk to you now, brother. Thank you for the call.
So-
I really appreciate that.
No, it
How you been?
the computer mouse got tapped and it stopped recording, and so the whole first half is gone.
Hang in there. We come meet work with you. Hang
No,
in
I was
there.
upstairs.
I tell you what, you make my day.
I know.
My day. Yes,
But
sir.
the thing is,
When you
the
come
whole
in-
first half
come
is
down.
gone, and they won't get on me
No,
unless
being
you all
For the
Call in.
whole, like from Wednesday to Sunday? Okay.
Up
Well,
next,
I know that
the
Seth is
chandelier
gonna be in Austin for
Some of you may recall
Thanksgiving
straight
Day,
there, and some
and
of
I
the
know he
opposite.
wants to come
But
back
this
over
one
here
is
on
fully
Friday
explained.
to hang
We
out
are
with
told,
you guys,
ladies and
so.
gentlemen, that
They
this
had
is
a
the
big
very
thing
chandelier
to
that's bigger than that baby's disaster. Our workshops have repaired and wired parts of it for the new and next level pads.
Okay.
Perhaps we can find a way to ghost of so many years ago with a little illumination. Gentlemen,
See you soon. Okay, my brother, love you.
Wake up.
Fuck. There's nothing they can do. The whole first half is fucking gone. Hello and welcome to the halftime festivities here in McAllen, ISD. Tonight we have the Wolverine Band performing. A special thanks goes out to the Wolverine Band for that performance. They'll be performing on Saturday at the Pigskin Jubilee contest. Check valleycentral.com for all your needs as far as what time your band is going to play. Let's put a special thanks there to the Wolverine Band for their performance. They'll be performing on Saturday at the Pigskin Jubilee contest in La Jolla, Texas. We'll be streaming it here live on valleycentral.com. Now let's get ready to see the Nicky Rowe Band as they prepare to enter the field here. As we're coming to halftime, I'd like to... We're at the half of halftime before Rowe gets on the field here. Nicky Rowe is up 14-10 over the Wolverines, so they're up by 4 points, which for them, that's a pretty alright lead. I mean, looking at the two teams, it's anybody's game right now. Either team has a chance to be able to pull out with the win, as we're here in halftime with the 10-14 score. So a 10-14 score, anybody has the opportunity to be able to pull out with the win here. Right there, we see the Nicky Rowe Band come onto the field, and we'll show you the Nicky Rowe Warrior Band here. This will be their pigskin music that they've prepared for the Pigskin Jubilee on Saturday. That'll be streamed here on Action 4 News. Action 4 News, valleycentral.com. There you can see the Nicky Rowe Band, as this is the music they prepared for the halftime shows, and also the Pigskin Jubilee Contest, which will be occurring this Saturday out in La Jolla, Texas. Nicky Rowe High School will be performing at 7:45. Make sure to tune in to watch your Nicky Rowe Warriors as their band goes to Pigskin Jubilee and see if they'll take home that one. I'd like to send a special shout out to Miss Ronnie Gilchrist, English teacher over at Rowe High School. Thank you for all you do for Rowe, Miss Gilchrist. Nice halftime performance there by the Nicky Rowe Warriors as they're still performing. We saw the PSA Wolverines do their part as they'll be performing, both bands will be performing on Saturday at the Pigskin Jubilee contest out in La Jolla, Texas. 14-10 score here as the Warriors are ahead by 4. Looking at the game, you know, both teams have had the ball, and they both have showed what they can do here, as both of them are managed to get 10 and 14 points here on the board. Rowe had a lot of 2nd and 15s on the Wolverines. They just did not keep them there. Wolverines were always able to get back down to that first down. We're 5 minutes away from getting back to action here, and let's go ahead and hear a little bit from the commentator here tonight, Mario Reyna, as far as his thoughts on the first half.
Thank you, Nathan, and thank you for that quick report. It has been a pretty good game, very evenly matched with a score 14-10. Both teams have done some good things out there, but both teams have also committed some untimely penalties that have actually hurt their opportunities. But the game has been very evenly matched. The score is 14-10 as the band is still performing. I do have some halftime stats for you at this time. I would like to welcome back to our broadcast here at McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium in the game between two 31-5A teams that are working hard, playing hard here in the first half, because both teams know that they have to win this ball game to have an opportunity to stay in contention for possible playoff aspirations. Let me share with you a couple of first half statistics. For the Rowe Warriors, they have 8 first downs. They have 109 yards rushing and 49 yards passing for a total of 158 yards of total offense. For the PSJ Memorial Wolverines, they do have 10 first downs, 107 yards rushing, 19 yards passing, and that brings them a total of 126 yards of total offense. Some individual stats show that quarterback for the Warriors, Hector Bosca, is doing a good job. He has 6 passes, 4 completions for a total of 49 yards. The leading rusher for the Warriors is Chavez. Chavez doing a good job of gaining 52 yards on some pretty nifty running by Jose Chavez. For the Wolverines, quarterback Gonzalez is not having much success throwing the ball. He is 2 for 9 for 19 yards, but I do want to say that a couple of passes looked like they were catchable, so you can't really put the blame on Gonzalez for that. Something that looks pretty good, and probably so far the offensive player of the game is, for the Wolverines, is Jesse Bustamante. Bustamante has 12 carries for 98 yards. Doing a great job there for the Wolverines. Let me recap for you the scoring plays. The Warriors started the offense by scoring on a 3-yard run by Enos Rios as he scored with 7:53 in the first quarter to make the score 7-0 on a nice 3-yard run. Right after that, the Wolverines did manage to go downfield and put their kicker Gazar in position for a 24-yard field goal, and that made the score 7-3. Hector Vasquez came back and did a nice 15-yard run for a touchdown to give the Warriors the lead 14-3 at the 7:58 mark in the second quarter. After that, Bustamante, who I already told you has had 12 carries for almost 100 yards, he had a real nice 17-yard run with 2 minutes and 19 seconds to go in the second quarter, and that's what brings us to the score at this time, 14-10, the Warriors in the lead. To start the second half, as we take a look at the Wolverines coming out of their chute back on the field, we have about 30 seconds to go before we get back into playing action. In the second half, the Warriors will be receiving the ball. So the Warriors will be receiving. Let me go back to some of the keys to the games that I talked to you about at the beginning of the game. Something that we talked about was the PSJ Memorial defense, which was ranked second best defense in district, coming in here against the Roll offense, which is also ranked second. So they pretty much were very evenly matched. The other key we talked about was what kind of improvement was going to be shown by the Wolverine offense, which came in here as dead last in district. And they have done a good job, and that's why they are in the game so far. And the Roll offense, which is ranked second, they've maintained themselves, but the defense for the Warriors we talked about was coming in as 8th ranked out of 9th in district, and they have played together. So pretty much all the keys to the game have been very evenly matched, and that's why we have a score of 14-10. Second half will be basically all about adjustments. Who made the necessary adjustments and who didn't make the adjustments. So we're ready to kick off. The Wolverines will be kicking off, and look out because in the 2 kickoffs earlier on, they were pretty interesting. Once again, we have a fair catch on a kickoff, which is very rare. So the Warriors will take over, and it didn't look like the clock started, so we still show 12 minutes on the clock. So I don't know if the scorekeeper's out still eating some nachos or something, because we should have at least had 5-6 seconds going off on that, and the clock still shows 12 minutes to go. So nothing was run here in the third quarter. We're just about to start here the third quarter. The Warriors in their home uniform, the green jerseys, will be starting from the south side of the stadium. Busquets on a handoff up the middle. Nice hard running by Chavez. This kid is a bull. Once he gets going, forget about it. Nice, big, open running. Nothing fancy. Right up the middle. Brings the ball to the 50-yard line. A gain of 15 yards by Chavez. 1st and 10 right at midfield. Roll in the typical spread formation. Another handoff up the middle for Chavez. And Chavez running hard. 2 back-to-back good runs up the middle by Jose Chavez. On the tackle for the Wolverines was Victor Medellin. It's a 2nd and 2 yards to go in Wolverine territory at the 42-yard line. Fake by Vasquez, and good job on the defensive side. Several tacklers did a good job of not going for the fake. Vasquez basically maybe gained 2 yards, which is enough for a first down, and that gives the Warriors a 1st and 10 at their Wolverine 40-yard line. The Warriors once again in their spread formation. That's all they know. Another handoff by Chavez up the middle. Big gain for another first down. So the Warriors are coming out running. We know coming into this game, the Warriors are very balanced. That's why they came into this game ranked second on offense. So back-to-back first downs, 1st and 10, another 15-yard gain, 11 minutes to go, 14-10 early here in the third quarter. Vasquez on another handoff to Chavez. Gain of maybe 3 yards on the left side, maybe 4. They'll bring a 2nd and 6 yards to go. With 10 minutes and 40 seconds to go, the Warriors up 14-10. Pretty quick start here in the second half. Vasquez on another handoff, but the defense was there, led by George Trevino on that tackle. And that will give the Warriors a 3rd and 5. They are now inside red zone territory. 3rd and 5, 10 minutes to go, 14-10, early in the second quarter. Vasquez in the shotgun formation. Of course, the Warriors are the spread. They've been very balanced today, 3rd and 5 yards, and it looks like Coach Paul Reyes didn't like what he saw on the defensive side, so he decided to call a timeout. So with a timeout here, the Warriors are up 14-10 with 9 minutes and 58 seconds to go. 3rd and 5 at the 20-yard line. The Warriors, Hector Vasquez, just a sophomore, doing a fantastic job in the first quarter. 3 weeks ago, Vasquez was actually the starting quarterback on his JV team. But an unfortunate injury to Justin Owens, who in my opinion was so far the offensive MVP in the Valley, got hurt. In fact, he hasn't even played in 2.5 games, and he's still listed as the #1 quarterback in the district. So here we go. The Warriors in the spread formation, 2 receivers to each side of the field, the ball on the left hash mark. Vasquez, a fake. He's in trouble. Good job on the defensive side. He's actually going to be dropped for a loss. Give credit right there to Abraham Alanis, just a sophomore. He did not go for the fake, and he brought down Vasquez for a loss. And that makes it now a 4th and 8 at the 23. And Coach Paul Reyes will go for it. He doesn't feel comfortable in his field goal kicking game, so there's 3 receivers to the right in the spread formation. Vasquez in the shotgun formation. Good snap. Looking downfield, he's in trouble, and he is brought down. Brought down by Joseph Gomez, given credit for a sack, and more importantly, making the play that gives the ball back to the Wolverine offense. So, what looked very promising for the Warriors, all of a sudden a couple of mistakes, and that happened to them early also in the first half, just killed the drive on that one. So the Wolverine defense, give them credit. They did come in here, highly regarded defense, does their job here on the first possession. So the Wolverines take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line with 9 minutes and 18 seconds to go, and they're down 14-10. Gonzalez has plenty of time. Couldn't find anybody open downfield, and the ball is loose. We don't know if the ball was blown dead. The referees have not made any signals. The Wolverines look like they recovered. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Fumble recovery. That's the first turnover of the game. Looks like Alex Garcia on the recovery. So the Warriors on the first turnover of the game, there were 2 fumbles in the first half by the Wolverines, but they recovered their own fumbles. So this is the first turnover of the game. With 8:53 to go here in the third quarter, the Warriors up 14-10. Golden opportunity, taking over at the 26-yard line. Handoff to the left side to Rios, putting on a couple of nice moves. Rios doing a good job on that run. He looked like he was not going to gain too many yards, but he kept his leg moving, and he got enough for a quick first down, and that makes it 1st and 10 inside red zone territory at the 14-yard line. Golden opportunity for the Warriors here early in the third quarter. Vasquez is looking to the sideline for Coach Reyes to see what kind of play he's calling. In the spread formation, 2 receivers to each side of the field. Handoff to the right side. Oh, it looks like a big hole, and almost makes it all the way down to the 1-yard line. What a nice, nifty run by Enos Rios. And you know, anytime any kid, any running back has an opportunity to spell the end zone, you know they're going to run harder, and that's exactly what Eno Rios did. Only a junior, he puts the ball at the 1-yard line. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line for the Warriors. Vasquez on a handoff and a run up the middle by Jose Chavez. Touchdown, Warriors! And that makes the score 20-10. Jose Chavez deserves that touchdown. In the earlier possessions, he did a lot of good runs, so he gets rewarded in this possession for the touchdown as the Warriors line up for the extra point. Vargas, the field goal kicker, is ready. Good snap. Kick is up. And the kick is good, and with that kick, that gives now the Warriors the lead here early in the third quarter with 8 minutes and 6 seconds to go. It puts the Nicky Rowe Warriors 21, the PSJ Wolverines 10. And you know, anytime you have a turnover, what's important after a turnover is what does the team do with a turnover? And give credit to the Warriors. They took advantage of the turnover and cashed in 7 points. So now the score is 21-10. That has to be real tough on the offense for the Wolverines, who have struggled all year, but they did a good job here in the first half of making some important plays to keep themselves in the game. 14-10. I do want to recognize once again the captains for the Rowe team. We have Steven Lopez, Ismael Contreras, Dakota Mireles, and Diego Martinez. The captains for the PSJ Memorial Wolverines is Michael Gonzalez, Eric Medellin, Victor Medellin, and Terrence Porter, who's having an outstanding game on the defensive side. The Warriors will be kicking from the south side of the end zone. Vargas is not only the field goal kicker, but he is also the kickoff kicker. Vargas with a squib kick, quickly picked up. Nice job on the pickup right there, acted like a shortstop for the Wolverines. Eric Garcia bringing it out to a nice 43-yard line. That's excellent field position for the Wolverines. On the tackle was Jaime Gonzalez for the Warriors. So, 1st and 10 for the Wolverines with 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. They are down 21-10. It's very important that this offense try to get something going, because as they struggled most of the year, they need a couple of first down like they did in the first half, sustain a drive, and see what happens. Man in motion, handoff up the middle to Bustamante, who almost gained 100 yards in the first half. Not much going there on that possession. It's a 2nd down and 9 yards to go for the Wolverines. Both teams' defenses should know each other, because since both teams run a spread offense, that means they practice against a spread offense every day of the year. So they're pretty much familiar. The defenses are pretty much familiar with the offensive schemes on both teams. Gonzalez in the shotgun position, 2 receivers to the left. Handoff up the middle again to Bustamante. It looked like he was going to break it, but the defense led by Zach Caples prevented him from getting a first down, but he did gain about 7 yards on that play. Puts him way over the 100-yard mark. So it's going to be a big 3rd and 2 for the Wolverine offense. The ball now inside Warrior territory at the 49-yard line. Ball on the left hash mark. And there's a penalty on that play. Gonzalez actually lined up right under center. And the penalty is another false start for the Wolverines. And that now makes it, instead of a makeable 3rd and 1, now it goes to a 3rd and 6. And a 3rd and 6 for a team that struggles with a passing game can be a difficult play for the Wolverine offense. 3rd and 6 at their own 46-yard line. The road defense has been playing very well all night, and let's see if they can rise up to this occasion. Quarterback Gonzalez didn't like the formation, and he decided to call a timeout, go talk to Coach Cavazos, and let's talk about this. Well, with a timeout, with 6 minutes and 29 seconds to go here in the third quarter, the Road Warriors are in the lead. They've led all night. They're up 21-10. It's going to come up with a 3rd and 6 situation. The Wolverines with the ball. They have it on their own side at their own 46-yard line. Both teams have each called one timeout, and that could play into a factor at the end of the game. The big key to the game here in the second half, the Warriors were up 14-10. The Wolverines did a good job of taking over on possessions, and unfortunately, the offense fumbled. So here we are, ready to go with 6 minutes and 29 seconds to go. A big 3rd and 6. Ball on the left hash mark. Gonzalez with the ball. He's going to pass it. Quick pass. And a good catch. And he should have the first down. What an effort right there by Eric Medellin. Fighting for every yard he could get. And it should be enough for a first down. It is a big play for the Wolverines on that possession. They needed at least a couple of first downs to try to get that confidence again. It's a first down, and now they're inside Road Warrior territory at the 46-yard line. The clock is running with 6 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Ball on the right hash mark. Gonzalez in a shotgun formation. Handoff up the middle, and a good job by the Road defense. Coming in there for the tackle was having another game by Jesse Gomez and Edgar Avila doing a good job on that. No gain. Ball is still at the 46-yard line. 2nd and 10 yards to go. The Warriors hanging on to a 21-10. Both teams cannot afford any more losses in district. The Warriors already have 4 losses, and the Wolverines have 3 losses. 2nd and 10. Snap to Gonzalez. He's going to throw out. Nice catch, and then we have a fumble, but it was ruled a catch and then a fumble. Eric Medellin on the reception. Not a big gain on that one. Maybe a gain of 3 or 4 yards. It's going to make it 3rd and 6 at the 42-yard line. Tonight, the Wolverine offense coming in here dead last in district. They're doing a very good job. They don't look like that team coming in here that was struggling on the offensive side. 3rd and 6, big play for the Wolverines. Gonzalez with the snap. Quick throw to the right side. Very nice catch. And this kid, Bustamante, not only doing a good job running as a running back, but also doing a good job of catching the ball and then gaining 3 or 4 yards after he caught the ball to make sure that the Wolverines stay on the field with another first down for the Wolverines. So the Wolverines are knocking on the door now with a 1st and 10 at their own, at the Warrior 32-yard line with less than 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. They are down 21-10. Handoff up the middle to Bustamante, and that play had been working on many occasions in the first half, because Bustamante in the first half alone had 98 yards on the ground. He was able to gain 2 yards on that. Makes it a 2nd and 8 for the Wolverines The ball on the Warrior 30-yard line. Second down, 8. We have the spread formation, receivers to both sides. One running back. Quick pass to the right side. Nice catch. Quick tackle. Gain of maybe 5 yards. The catch on that play right there was by Juan Maravilla. The tackle on the defensive side by Germán, I'm reading off of the wrong roster, by Jaime Gonzalez. So now that makes it a 3rd and 2. Pretty much on this, Coach Gus Cavazos has the option of a quick pass or a run for Jesse Bustamante. Bustamante does get the carry, and it's going to be close. Inside handoff right up the middle. Nothing fancy on that. He is short by about a yard. So that makes it a 4th and 1 for the Wolverines. You know there's no way they're going to kick a field goal. The ball right up in the middle of the field, slightly closer to the right hash mark. And here comes the Wolverine. Quarterback under center. Handoff to the left side by their big fullback. The carry by George Trevino should have gotten the first down, and it is a first down. We also had a change in quarterback on that play. Eric Medellin came in. But now we have Michael Gonzalez back in the game. The clock is running with less than 3 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10, right at the 20-yard line in red zone territory. Wolverines knocking on the door. Spread formation. Another quick pass. And incomplete. Pass right up the middle. So that brings the 2nd and 10. 2 minutes. That stops the clock with 2 minutes and 39 seconds to go. Warriors up 21-10 over the Wolverines. 2nd down and 10 at the 20. 2 receivers to the left side, to the right side, 1 to the left, 1 running back. Gonzalez, a handoff again up the middle, and pretty much not much for Bustamante. Good job on the defensive side by Jesse Gomez, who more than likely look for some awards for him. He had a great game last week against the Memorial Mustangs, so it is a big 3rd down and 9 for the Wolverines. Ball right in the middle of the field at the 19-yard line. Gonzalez, good snap, rolls out to the right, quick pass. It is caught, and that should be a first down, and not only a first down, forget about that, good catch, and a better run after the catch by Eric Medellin. The defense was there to stop him. He had enough for a first down. He was hit. He refused to go down, and he scores a touchdown on a nice pass. So that makes the score now 21-16. And the extra point is good. So that makes the score now, with 1 minute and 51 seconds to go, the Row Warriors 21, the PSD Memorial Wolverines 17. We have a tight game here. That was a nice catch by Medellin. Very impressed by the fact that he made sure he first caught the ball, and then after he caught the ball, he took the hit, thinking maybe that he was going to go down, but he kept his balance and got a touchdown. So one thing to look out here in the kickoff, every kickoff that we've had here by Jose Gazar, the extra point kicker for the Wolverines. He's also the kickoff kicker. He actually only lines up about a yard behind the ball. He is a lefty, and he kicks it very high, and he forces the Warriors to call a fair catch. But that ball is going to go out of bounds. So first time the kick goes out of bounds by Gazar. So the penalty is going to put the ball for the Warriors at the 35-yard line. Actually, the ball has been put, I think, at the 30-yard line. The Warriors will take over. With 1 minute and 51 seconds to go in the third quarter, the Warriors take over at the 28-yard line. The Warriors are up 21-17. Warriors coming out with 3 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right side. Handoff up the middle for maybe a gain of 3 yards for Ino Rios. Cano on the defensive side with a tackle. It is a 2nd and 3 with the ball on the 31-yard line for the Warriors in the spread formation. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, only 1 running back in the back. Fake to Ino Rios. A catch by Jay Alonso, who after the catch, not much there, but he did a good job of at least gaining 2 or 3 yards. That will bring a 3rd and 3. Jay Alonso came into the game as the leading receiver in the district. 3rd and 3 for the Warriors. Ball on the 35. Handoff to the left side. Ino Rios does not look like he is going to get the first down, but there is a penalty. There is a penalty. Good tackle by Germán Mata for the Wolverines. And we'll see what the... And unfortunately for the Wolverines, you're looking at a big defensive penalty. Personal foul, face mask. And that's going to be a big 15 yards marked off against the Wolverines. A very costly penalty there because the Warriors did not get the first down. It was going to be 4th and 1. So that gives the Warriors a first down. And the Warriors, after the gift by the Wolverine defense of 15 yards, the Warriors decide to pay back the gift and return some of the gift back because of an easy penalty there now makes it a 1st and 15. Handoff to Rios and a hard hit right there on defense by Germán Mata. Guarantee you, Ino Rios is going to remember Germán Mata, especially after that hit right before the half. And that may be the last play of the third quarter. We have 15 seconds and the clock is running. And we'll see if Coach Paul Reyes is going to think about, it looks like they're not going to run a play as his players are just looking to the sideline. And that should be the last play of the third quarter, a quick third quarter. So with 3 quarters in the book, the score is the Road Warriors 21, the PSJA Memorial Wolverines 17. We're going to the 4th quarter. Let me quickly recap some of the scoring. It all started with Ino Rios on a 3-yard run in the first quarter with 7 minutes and 53 seconds to go. That put the Warriors up 7-0. Gazar, the field goal kicker, came back with a 24-yard field goal to make it 7-3. Then Hector Vasquez on a nice 15-yard run made it Warriors 14-3 at the 7:58 mark in the second quarter. Bustamante came back with a great run to make it 14-10 with 2 minutes and 19 seconds to go in the half. Vasquez rolling out to his right. He spots an opening. Nice run and throw. Good catch by Victor Adames. On the tackle, Eric Garcia. And it's a first down for the Warriors. No, excuse me, 3rd and 3. That's what I get for listening to the clock operator. And excuse me, Jose Chavez found an opening on the right side. And Chavez, having one of his better games as a running back, on that run, now that puts the ball at the 18-yard line, inside red zone territory after an 18-yard gain by Chavez. And why not give it back to Chavez again? He's trying to look for a hole, didn't find anything, but was able to still gain some positive yardage. That would make it a 2nd and 6. And boy, there's a kid out there, a defensive lineman who has had a great game for him. My hat's off. The captain on the Wolverine team, Terrence Porter. So here's what we got. We got a 2nd and 6. Ball on the Wolverine 14-yard line. The Warriors are driving up 21-17. Another handoff to Jose Chavez to the left side. Maybe gain another 3 or 4 yards. And Porter once again making the tackle. I know I've called out his name a number of times. It is a 3rd and 3. The ball on the 11-yard line. The Warriors on offense. Spread formation. Hector Vasquez handoff to the right side. Hard run by Chavez. And these are the type of runs that you have to like. And those are the runs where Jose Chavez was actually hit at about the 5-yard line, and he refused to go down. And another touchdown here for the Warriors at the 10:04 mark here in the 3rd quarter. That makes the score 27-17. Good run by Jose Chavez. And the extra point is good by Vargas. And with that touchdown by Jose Chavez on an 11-yard run, that makes the score now the Warriors 28, PSJ Memorial Wolverines 17 here early in the 3rd quarter. What a beautiful night we have out here at McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium. Early on in the day we had some drizzle, but it has gone away. It's a beautiful night for football. Temperature should be about 70 degrees, maybe high 60s. It can't be more perfect for football. The flag is almost not even there because it's not even blowing. It's just nice and quiet, resting. So, with 10 minutes and 4 seconds to go, the Wolverines are back to defend, to receive. They will be receiving the ball on the south side of the stadium as Vargas getting ready to kick off. The kickoffs are from the 40-yard line. And Vargas with a squib kick that's going to go out of bounds, which brings in an automatic penalty. I'm telling you, both of these teams, none of them have tried to kick the ball into the end zone. Everything has either been a high kick or a squib kick. And that might tell you the confidence on the coaches. So after the penalty, the Wolverines will take over on the 33-yard line. Well, with the score at halftime 14-10, then Jose Chavez had a 1-yard run with 8 minutes to go in the third quarter to put the Warriors up 21-10. Then Eric Medellin on a 15-yard run with 1:51 left in the third quarter made it 21-17. And we have a handoff to the right side. Oh, excuse me, that was a quick pass on the right side to Medellin by Gonzalez. And a gain of maybe 8 yards, 7 yards on that play. It will be 2nd and 3 at the 33. Then here early in the fourth quarter, Jose Chavez on an 11-yard run at the 10:04 mark makes it 28-17. And that's what we have with 9 minutes and 33 seconds to go. The Warriors up 28-17. The Wolverines with the ball on their own 40-yard line. Quarterback Gonzalez on a nice fake actually still has the ball. And he actually did a good job of evading some tacklers. And he is going to be very close to the first down mark. It just depends if which sideline judge gave him the foot marking. And he did get enough for the first down. Give him credit for that. That was a hard run for him. So a 1st and 10 for the Wolverines at their own 43-yard line. The ball on the right hash mark. The Wolverines all night long have been in the spread offense, but they haven't thrown the ball much. Most of their offense has been on the ground. There's no doubt that Bustamante has more than 100 yards in this game. Gonzalez with a handoff. Nice opening to the left side, and wow, what a nice hard run by this kid. Jesse Bustamante, only a junior. Once he gets into open territory, he's got some quickness. First down on the Warriors side, 44-yard line. 1st and 10, 8 minutes and 55 seconds to go. Here in the fourth quarter, both teams have 2 timeouts. Gonzalez in the shotgun formation. There's 2 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Gonzalez rolling out to the right. Did not have enough time. Good defensive pressure by Alex Garcia. He doesn't get credit for the tackle, but he did force Michael Gonzalez to go in. Good job by linebacker Omar Garza. No gain. Wolverines coming out, 2nd and 10 on the row 44-yard line, down 28-17, about 8 minutes to go in the game. Gonzalez on a handoff to the right side. Nothing going. Quick tackle right there by Ociel, Berreal, and Bustamante. So now we have a 3rd and 9 situation. The Wolverines have had some success with some quick passes. So look for a possible quick pass. The formation is 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 1 running back. Gonzalez in the shotgun formation, rolls out to his left. Passes, complete. Should be enough for a first down, and maybe more. Receiver at the 10, and he's brought down maybe at the 3-yard line. The Wolverines were happy to get the first down there, but Kelvin Gaona on the reception said, forget about the first down. I'm going to go get myself a touchdown there. Excellent throw by Gonzalez. I'm always impressed by quarterbacks that are right-handed when they roll out against their throwing motion to the left side. And that's what Gonzalez did. And not only did he roll out to the left side, he also made the perfect pass. A good job by Gaona, not only catching the ball, but taking off. A handoff to the right side. Easy going right there on a 1-yard touchdown for George Trevino. But there looks like there's a flag on that play. A false start negates the touchdown. A false start negates the touchdown, and that is the wrong time to have a false start, especially when you're on the 1-yard line. So now it makes it 1st and 6, or 1st and goal at the 6, with 7 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Another handoff right up the middle by their bullying quarter. Oh, put that one right there on the highlight film. George Trevino, a senior, actually listed in the roster as a linebacker, was given the ball there at the 6-yard line. And he did what he had to do. You don't give a defensive player an opportunity to score. George Trevino on a nice run, kind of like a bully, just running over anybody. He did a tremendous job. Excellent run. He was the one that actually had the other touchdown that was negated by the false start. So the opportunity was given to him again by Coach Gus Cavazos. And I would think with the score 28-23 that Coach Cavazos might be going for two to make it if they can get those 2 points, it would be 28-25, meaning that all they would need for a field goal. They are going for two. Big call here by Coach Cavazos. A bobble on the snap, and a fine run. A fine run by substitute quarterback Eric Medellin to make the score 28-25. Eric Medellin with a 2-point conversion. So now, with 7 minutes and 8 seconds to go, it is the Warriors 25, the Wolverines 25, with 7 minutes and 8 seconds to go. I know both of these teams did not come with winning records, but I'm telling you, this has been a fun game to be looking at. Very competitive, very hardly fought here, and you would not expect any less from these two coaches. Coach Gus Cavazos, actually last year, he came into this same field with nothing to gain, and he defeated the McAllen Bulldogs, which almost eliminated the Bulldogs from the playoffs. Coach Gus Cavazos' team will never give up regardless of the records, and we know that Coach Paul Reyes from the Road Warriors does the same thing. So with 7 minutes and 8 seconds to go, the Warriors up 28-25. Look out, because all night the kicker has made it very difficult, Jose Gazar. And this is an outside kick, folks. And the Warriors did a great job of catching that one. That one looked like trouble. It looked like Zach Caples with the recovery. Zach Caples doing a good job. Zach Caples is actually a safety on defense, and this kid is as tough as they get. Early on in the season, Zach Caples was actually playing with a broken arm. So the Warriors take over in excellent field position, almost at the 50-yard line. They take over on their own 48-yard line, 1st and 10, with 7 minutes and 3 seconds to go, and the Warriors holding on to a tight 3-point lead. Bosquez, quarterback, handoff to the right side. Rios looking for an opening. Not much, but he still gains at least 4 or 5 yards on that play. A bunch of Wolverines on the tackle. Credit you can give to Kevin Spears and several other Wolverine defenders. So a gain of 6 by Rios. The clock is running, 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go. 2nd and 4 here in the 4th quarter. Bosque. Quarterback Bosque looking to the sideline for the signals. 2 receivers on each side. 1 running back. Hand off to Rios. And maybe 2 yards by Rios on a good tackle by Hector Sanchez. Hector Sanchez, the leading tackler for the Wolverine defense. And here we go, a 3rd and 2. I would be thinking at this time of the game with less than 6 minutes to go, Coach Paul Reyes is probably thinking of a 2-down territory. 3rd and 2. Ball on the 44-yard line. Bosquez looking to the sideline for the signals from Coach Reyes. 2 receivers on each side. Hand off to Rios. Big opening. Excuse me, that was Jose Chavez. A big opening to the right side. And a big gain by Jose Chavez. A gain of 16 yards puts now the ball at the Wolverine 28-yard line. 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go. 1st and 10 for the Warriors in the spread formation. Vasquez with another handoff. No, this time he decides to fake and maybe gain 2 yards on that quarterback keeper. And that will make it a 2nd and 8 for the Warriors at the 26-yard line in Wolverine territory with 5 minutes to go in a tight ball game. Warriors 28, Wolverines 25, 2nd and 8. Ball at the 26-yard line. Vasquez, man in motion, Alonso. Hand off to Alonso. He's to the left side. Alonso still on his feet. Good carry by Alonso all the way down to the 12-yard line. First down for the Warriors. Hector Sanchez on the tackle. Eno Rios is out of the game and Jose Chavez is back in the game. Both running backs for the Warriors doing an excellent job. 1st and 10. They can still get a first down before they score. It's a 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line. 4 minutes and 25 seconds to go. The Warriors hanging on to a 3-point lead. Ball on the left hash mark. Vasquez with a handoff to Chavez. Chavez trying to go around. There's a penalty. Looks like a holding. Chavez running hard, maybe getting to the 2-yard line. And there's a fumble on the play. And it is a fumble. It is a fumble. And it looks like the penalty is going to be against the Warriors. So the Wolverines will take over. The penalty was a holding on the Warriors, so nothing worked on that. Everything looks so positive for the Warriors, and boy, how things can change quickly. They were 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line, looking to put this game away, and all of a sudden, there's a fumble that was recovered by Abraham Alanis. On the positive side for the Warriors, at least they moved the ball downfield, and the Wolverines will take over at their own 3-yard line with 4 minutes and 8 seconds to go. They do have 2 timeouts, and they are down 3 points. A handoff, and pretty much nothing going there. It looked like there was some confusion there between Gonzalez, and this is not where you want to have any confusion. No gain. 2nd and 10. Ball on the Wolverine 3-yard line. They need about 97 yards for a touchdown, but a lot less than that for a possible field goal to at least get this game into overtime. So we're looking at a 2nd and 10. Wolverines with running back, quarterback in a shotgun position. Gonzalez rolls out to the right, pass, and it's a nice defensive play. Knocked down right there by, the ball was intended to Gaona, but a good job on the defensive side. The defensive back did an awesome job of making sure that he knocked out the ball. I didn't get a number, but he did a good job. I'm trying to look through the binoculars. Well, here we go, 3rd and 10, 3 minutes and 25. And I think we're going to have a timeout. I do believe that on the last possession, the player doing an excellent job was Jaime Gonzalez, cornerback. So we do have a timeout by the Wolverines. And I don't blame Coach Gus Cavazos, veteran coach over there, who was very successful at Rio Hondo and has been very successful at PSJ Memorial, where most of his players come from the famous town of Alamo, Texas. Remember the Alamo? I know our Erasmo Cervantes and Raul Ramos, 2 of our Friday night teams here that are manning the cameras and the directors and the replays. They are from Alamo, very proud. Actually, I'm from the neighboring town of San Juan, but I live in McAllen, so nobody complained. So here's what we got. 3 minutes and 25 seconds to go. Game on the line. The Warriors have the ball at their own 3-yard line. 3rd down and 10 to go. What does Coach Cavazos have up his sleeve on this play? And Gonzalez almost sacked. Wasn't sacked, but boy, the road defense with some hard hits. Gomez coming in. Was also doing a fantastic job was Ociel Berreal. And it makes it a 4th and 9. And with our clock running, one timeout, pretty much Coach doesn't have much, but he has to go for it. So they're going for it on a 4th and 9 at their own 4-yard line. And we're going to have a penalty. I don't know if it's on the defense. They did approach, but did the offense do a false start? We'll find out. The two side judges, line judge, they're talking to each other. And I think that it's going to be on the road defense. The penalty on the defense, that makes it a 4th and 4. 4th and 4 situation, but it also stops the clock, I do believe, because the clock is stopped at 2 minutes and 42 seconds. So it doesn't get any easier for the Wolverine offense. It's a 4th and 4 at their own 9 with a game on the line. Pretty much if they don't get a first down here, game over. And it looks like maybe they are going to kick it. Yes, they are going to kick it. Quick kick. And it takes a beautiful bounce in favor of the Wolverines. Ball still going. And it is dead at the 44-yard line. A 52-yard punt. Excellent job to get him out of the hole. So we'll see what happens here with the Warriors taking over at their own 44-yard line. They are up 28-25, 2 minutes and 28 seconds to go. 1st and 10. Very important to note that the Wolverines can only stop the clock once. I would expect Coach Reyes to run the ball so he can keep the clock running and maybe also get a first down, and if they can get a first down, it could be game over. Vasquez with a handoff to Eno Rios, and Eno Rios maybe just got back to the line of scrimmage or lost a one. Silva on the tackle. The Wolverines do call their first timeout. Or I should say their last timeout. So it's going to be a 2nd and 10. The Wolverines can no longer stop the ball. There's 2 minutes and 19 seconds to go. And I'm looking at the scoreboard. There's 2 minutes and 19 seconds to go. The score is the Warriors 28, the Wolverines 25. A really nice game between two teams that are fighting hard to keep their playoff aspirations alive. It's going to be a 2nd and 10 for the Warriors. And I'm looking at the scoreboard and it still shows one timeout. So Coach Cavazos should be able to stop the clock one more time. 2nd and 10. But first things first, the Wolverine defense has to make a stop. Vasquez with a fake handoff, and he didn't gain much. Did not gain much. Another timeout being called. Nice tackle right there by Germán Mata. Yes, the Wolverines did have another timeout, so that is their 3rd and final timeout. So with 2 minutes and 14 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter, the game on the line, the Warriors up 28-25. They have the ball on their own 45-yard line with no more timeouts. If they don't get a first down, I would expect a running play by Coach Paul Reyes. So if they don't get the first down, the clock will continue to run. And after they kick it, if the Wolverines get it back, they might get it with about a minute 35 or so left after this play. But let's see what happens here. A big play in the game. Either the Warriors win it on this play or the Wolverines will still be hanging. Quarterback draw. And he's not going to get the first down. Vasquez with a safe call on a quarterback draw. He gained about 4 yards, and it's going to make it a 4th and about 5 yards to go. The ball on the 49. Coach Reyes is sending his kicking team, and I don't blame him. His defense has done a pretty good job all night long. With the score 28-25, the clock is running. Minute 40, minute 38, minute 35. And the punt is off. Short punt. The ball rolls to the 19-yard line with a minute and 20 seconds to go. The Wolverines will get the ball back, and they still have a chance here. First and 10 at their own 19-yard line. There's not much room for error, and the other thing is that with a minute and 20 seconds to go, you don't really want to have too many handoffs, because with a handoff, the clock will continue to run. So expect Gonzalez to air it out here. That's pretty much the only chance they have, and they don't necessarily have to go all the way. They just have to get into field goal place. Gonzalez with the ball. Plenty of time. And the ball, he was hit. Good pressure on the defensive side. He was hit, but it was ruled an incomplete pass. Good job on the defensive side by the Road Warriors, putting pressure by Lorenzo Lara. It still brings 2nd and 10, but they did lose 6 seconds. A minute 14 to go. Wolverines on their own side of the field at their own 19-yard line. The score is 28-25. Wolverines are behind. Gonzalez ready for the snap. Gonzalez back to throw. Pressure. Pass to the sideline. He needs to go out of bounds. And he doesn't go out of bounds, and there's a fumble. And it looks like the Warriors got the fumble recovery. And that pretty much is the game right there, folks. Fumble recovery by the Warriors with the score 28-25. A minute and 2 seconds to go. The ball on the Wolverine 23. I would expect for the Warriors to basically just take a knee, maybe two knees, and this game will be in their hands. First and 10 at their own, the Warriors are lining up in their victory formation. They look like they're going to take a snap at the knee, and they do. And what respect by both teams. And the reason I say that is that they didn't even hit each other. Sometimes they'll hit each other, the defense tries to come in, they're actually shaking hands with each other, but they are going to have to run another play. It's 2nd and 12, maybe 2 more plays, because there's 40 seconds to go. It all depends on the referee, how quickly he allows the play clock to start. Vasquez is waiting, 9 seconds on the play clock. He's waiting, and he takes another knee, and that should be the last play of the game. So congratulations to the Nicky Road Warriors, a hard-fought game. The Warriors, as I was telling you earlier on, they lost last week in overtime, 35-28. So congratulations to Coach Paul Reyes and the Nicky Road Warriors as they now go to 2-4 in district play. Warriors, final score, Nicky Road Warriors 28, the PSJA Wolverines 25. A real nice game, played on both sides, back and forth, evenly matched. A couple of turnovers hurt both teams, and at the end of the day, The final score was 28-25. Once again, I'm Mario Reina. It's been my pleasure to try to bring you this game to the best of my ability. Hope you enjoyed it. And my hats off goes to News Center for having this live streaming opportunities for people that can't get out, for them to have this opportunity to see this game. And we hope that you will join me, Mario Reina, and my partner Mark May tomorrow for the game between the San Benito Greyhounds and the undefeated McAllen Bulldogs tomorrow.
They needed to make 10-minute
Okay, we're back for the post-game show here at McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium on a beautiful, perfect night for football in the Rio Grande Valley. Thursday night football here at McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium between two teams here in 31-5A that came with a lot of struggles. Nicky Rowe Warriors coming into this game with a 1-4 district record, while the Wolverines came in with a 1-3 record. So pretty much a loss here basically eliminates you from the playoffs. The Warriors with this victory are now 2-4, although they're not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. It is not going to be easy for them to make the playoffs, either team. But I was very impressed coming here to many games. You had two teams that could just have gone through the motions, but there's no way that teams coached by Paul Reyes of the Nicky Rowe Warriors and Coach Gus Cavazos of the PSDA Wolverines, there's no way that their players are not going to come out here and give it their best. And that's certainly what happened out here. There was a couple of mistakes on both sides, a couple of fumbles, turnovers, costly penalties at the wrong time, but both teams fought hard the entire game. Let me see if I can give you a recap. Let me see if I can give you a quick recap as I'm having my friend here, Nathan, that's going to come and do a post game with you. And so everybody be ready. This is a student from Nicky Rowe High School who wants to come in and possibly get into the media, which is great. That's the beauty of high school, that kids have an opportunity to do something they want. And Nathan not only is a good camera guy, he's also wanting to be a play-by-play announcer, a color commentator. So it's going to be my pleasure to turn it over to Nathan, a Nicky Rowe student that's going to do the post game for you.
Hello and welcome to Valley Central feed here, as we're showing you the wrapping up of the big game here between the Nicky Rowe Warriors and the PSA Memorial Wolverines. Both teams did their best out here, and as Mario was saying, you know, both teams coming in here knew that they had to win this game, otherwise they would be automatically taken out of the playoffs. Now, as Mario also stated, the chances of them making it to actual playoffs still aren't in the bag. Both teams have to continue on their trail to